My name's George Covington, and I run Covington Companies on North Front in Conway. We have been on North Front Street for 90 years this year. My grandfather started in 1923, and we've had property on and been in the same locations on Front most of that time. We've acquired extra property at different times whenever it came up for redevelopment. And so that's how we've come up with this project that we're talking about today.
My name is Brent Salter. I'm the Vice President of Salter Properties. We're located here in Conway. We are a real estate development and property management firm. Within our family, this arm of our business has been around since the late 80s at some point. And just since I have been back in Conway in the last, I guess it'll almost be 7 years now that I've been back to Conway. Grew up here, went away for school, and moved to some larger cities and lived there and got some experiences there. And I've always known that I wanted to come back to Conway and see what could be done here in the town that I grew up in. And that's been going on now for the past 7 years.
My name is Todd Ross. I've been in Conway, went to UCA a little while ago. Been back in Conway since 1995. Bought a business in 2002 that was in Little Rock, relocated it to Conway in 2004 and have been here ever since then. That business is wholesale distribution of medical supplies, and then in about '06 started getting involved in commercial real estate here in Conway.
Well, this project is going to encompass from Mills to North Street and from Spencer to Front, and it's about 6.5 acres. It's going to encompass the total project when we do it all will be 5 buildings. Each building, 2 of the buildings will face Front Street, or 3 of the buildings will face Front, and 2 of them will face Spencer on the back.
Well, our newest project in downtown is Metro Square. You probably know it as the Regions Building. An opportunity was presented for us to acquire that building. It is a textbook value add play. I probably had my first conference call on that project in February of 2012. So there's been a lot of due diligence, a lot of time and energy spent on analyzing the asset that's there and the potential that it presents. But there's definitely a lot of opportunity that surround the Metro Square project.
The development that we're involved in now with what used to be the Earl Rogers building, I think we're dividing the project up into 2 phases. The first phase, which we've already started, is to basically demolize the inside of the building, get all the old wiring, all the old ceiling, all the old light fixtures out of there, clean it up really nice, put a new roof on it, redo all the storefront all the way around. Right now there's some irregularity in some of the glass, make it all consistent. Put some transom windows above the storefront to add more natural light into it now and get it cleaned up to where we call it leasable, where someone can come in with vision and see an entire empty space and say, I want to put this here, that here, and this there.
The piece of property almost encompasses the whole block, from Main to Prairie and Chestnut to Court. The immediate goal in rebranding is to refurbish the outside. We are taking the existing structure, we're adding some horizontal slatted wood, give it a little bit more of a contemporary feel. On the inside, it is mostly lipstick, cosmetic stuff, but again, it is to change the image.
I'll probably say what drew us to downtown is enjoying the downtown areas in other parts of the state that we don't have here. So it really drew us to maybe be involved in bringing a product like that to our downtown. I don't know that we'll ever have the river market or anything like that, but I think we can have a really nice destination downtown where there's restaurants, people can live there, some great retail trade, and really end up being a destination for the whole city.
Well, the flats at Metro Square, which would be the residential component of this project, right now we're seeing on the low end roughly 60 units that I think that we can get down there. The flats at Metro Square will be very contemporary, very downtown, very urban, from the way that they're positioned on the road to how they function. to lending themselves for people to be able to live and work downtown, enjoy the city that downtown has created.
Probably the buildings that we build on Front Street will be retail on the bottom. They will have either offices or apartments on top floors. And it will have the buildings will all come up to Front Street, be right at street level, and all the parking will be behind them. And we feel like we'd really like to have something like grocery stores, downtown bakery, or things that people that live downtown, they wouldn't have to go anywhere to get some of the amenities that they needed, besides just restaurants. We've got good restaurants, but we need some of the things that go along with it. And we're hoping to attract some of those into the bottom floors, and then offices or apartments on the top floors.
In downtowns in general, not only in Conway, there has been a mindset shift. For a while there, everyone was wanting to get out of the downtowns and create this urban sprawl, where now what people are wanting to do is come back to the core. I think it's great. Personally, I prefer that type of a setting. So on a personal level, investing in downtown is something that interests me.
This piece of property is our home. I mean, when I was born, I was brought to 1132 Front Street, and that's where I lived my whole childhood, was on Front Street. When I got married, I moved into the house, and I lived there for 4 years on Front Street. So Front Street, people will see me walking down Front Street, and that's just normal. That's where I've lived all my whole life. And this property is special because I don't want to put something on it that's just a so-so project. If this is not something that my grandkids will talk about, it's not a project that I want to do.
Our goal is to bring something into downtown that's not there yet.
And if we're all willing to work together to achieve that goal, I think everyone will benefit.